In this topic, we will discuss how to draw the structure of alprazolam. Now, this is going to be a very simple video, an easy video, because here I'm going to give you guys the concept through which or by which you can draw the structure of alprazolam in a very easy way. Now, you guys are supposed to remember these three important points. Number one, number two, number three. These 3 points will help you out in drawing the structure of the alprazolam in a very simple way. How? Like, just simple. Just concentrate. Benzodiazepine. We said that alprazolam is a benzodiazepine derivative. In the second point, it is stated that this alprazolam is actually having four-ring structure. In its structure, there are four rings, out of which three are actually from the benzodiazepine. So those three rings are actually forming the benzodiazepine, and one ring is actually increased, which is then fused with these three rings. That is actually called as triazole ring. I will make you people understand while I'm driving the structure about these points. What is triazole, diazole, etc., etc. Anyways, in third point, you guys must remember regarding alprazolam, that is, there are two substitutions. One is on the eighth number, another one is on the first position. While we are nomenclating the structure of the alprazolam, during the nomenclature, when we get the positions, position number one will be having methyl group, which is actually a substitution, and on the eighth number we'll be having chlorine, which is another substitution. Well, so now let's get started. How to draw the structure of alprazolam by means of these 3 points. These 3 points you must remember. If someone asks what is the alprazolam, you may say it is actually alprazolam is actually the benzodiazepine derivative. Then you can say it is having four ring structures. You may be asked somewhere in exams in Viva that how many rings are there in the alprazolam structure. You will respond that there are actually four rings in the alprazolam structure. Three are of the benzodiazepines, and one is actually triazole, which is fused with the benzodiazepines, and that is actually then at the end forming the alprazolam. And along with that, there are two substitutions on first position and on eighth. On first is methyl, on eighth is chlorine. So here we got the concept, the points. Now, by means of these points, we are going to draw the structure of the alprazolam. Very simple. First of all, just go through the first point, benzodiazepine. Alprazolam is benzodiazepine's derivative. While I was telling you people about the structure derivative method of the benzodiazepines, I told you guys that take this benzodiazepine, split this benzodiazepine term into benzo, diazo, and pene. Now, by means of this, you will draw first of all the structure of benzodiazepines, then you will go for other 2 points. So how to draw the structure of benzodiazepines? I have already explained in detail. Now here I'm just giving you a short hint, a revision type understanding. So benzo stands for the benzene ring, we know that. Then we have diazo, such kind of structure where there are two nitrogen. Diazo means two nitrogen. Here we have triazo, it means three nitrogen. A structure having three nitrogen. Okay, diazo and triazo. Then we have pene, P-I-N-E. That's this benzodiazepines. At the end of the benzodiazepines, we have pene, which means a structure having 7 members. Okay, so now if looking to this division or these portions of the benzodiazepines, just to draw the structure of the benzodiazepines first. This is our first goal while drawing the structure of the alprazolam. What is this benzene ring looking like? Very simple, just like this. It is benzene ring. Okay, let me draw it a bit larger. Benzene ring. Then we have diazole, means two nitrogen actually are there in the 7-member ring structure. So now what we are going to do now, while right now writing the structure or drawing the structure of the benzodiazepines, we have one benzene ring, another one is actually 7-member ring in which there are two nitrogen. So we have here one nitrogen, another is carbon, then we have nitrogen. Now we are going to attach a 7-member ring here with this benzene ring. So here we got 1, 2 members, 3, 4, 5 members, and here comes the sixth, and here comes the seventh member. So we got now six ring member structure, and here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 member ring. Got. Now in the benzodiazepines we have discussed this, that we have three rings. In second point, what is there? In second point, we have four rings in the alprazolam. So these are the points. I hope you guys are actually having the idea that I told you in the beginning. First of all, we are going to draw the structure of the benzodiazepines. In second point, from the name we draw this. Now in the second point we have there are 4 rings, but here we got 2. According to the second point, 4 rings are there, out of which 3 are of the benzodiazepines. So according to the name, we got 2 rings of the benzodiazepines. I told you guys, when you go through the 2 rings of the benzodiazepines, remember there is one more ring available here with this carbon, attached with this carbon. That is phenyl, actually like a benzene ring. So this is actually now 3-ring structure of the benzodiazepines completed. So we talked here in the second point that out of 4, 3 are of the benzene. One is actually another one, extra one, that is triazole ring, which is actually composing 3 nitrogen, and this is actually 5-member ring structure. Triazole is having 5-member ring structure. Now this 5-member ring structure will be fused here with this pene structure. Pene means with 7-member ring structure, mainly at this position. Now how that will be fused? Very simple. With this nitrogen you will be having a carbon, with that you will be having a nitrogen, and with this carbon you will be having a nitrogen, and with that you will be having another nitrogen here. So like this you got how many rings? 4 rings. In the second point we told there are 4 rings. 3 are of the benzodiazepines and 1 is the triazole. So here comes the triazole, 1, 2, 3. This is now triazole ring with us. Remember that triazole on its own is having its own nitrogen. When it is fused, then this structure is formed or synthesized. For now, we got how many rings? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 6-member ring. The third is actually the 7-member ring, and this fourth one is actually the 5-member ring. So here we have 5 members, 7 members, 6 and 6. So till now we have been through the half of the structure, or you can say the core of alprazolam is actually drawn here now. What's remaining is the third point. Here we're talking about these 2 substitutions on the 8th and 1st position. While we are going through the nomenclature, we start our nomenclature from this carbon. Here we have number 1. On this we have 1 substitution, that is of methyl. That is actually methyl. This is carbon number 1. Go through now counting while naming this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here comes the 8th position. On the 8th we have chlorine. So like this we got on 1st position and on 8th position substitutions. Now this is actually the entire structure of the alprazolam. So from this structure we got our entire structure. Now what is remaining, that is the valencies. Now just go through satisfaction of the valencies. Wherever you see nitrogen, just draw 3 bonds. Where there is carbon, satisfy its 4 bonds, and where it is chlorine, just go through satisfaction of the valencies. So up till now, this is actually the entire structure of the alprazolam. Now what you guys are going to go through is just satisfy the valencies. And after all, this is the structure. How we got this structure? Just recapping the entire discussion. I told you guys, look at the word alprazolam. Whenever you hear alprazolam, you must remember these points. Number 1, it is benzodiazepine derivative. Number 2, in this alprazolam, we have 4-ring structure, out of which 3 rings are of the benzodiazepines. And the last one, the 4th ring, is of the triazole. And in the third point, we have 2 substitutions in the alprazolam structure. Those 2 substitutions are the 8th, on 8th position and on the 1st position. On 8th, we have chlorine, and on 1st we have methyl. So after all these points, when you remember these points in a sequence, then from these points you are supposed to draw the structure. Benzodiazepines, I told you guys, split the word benzodiazepine into benzo, diazo and pene. Then you will go through these terms, draw the structure. After that, I told you that there are 3 rings in the benzodiazepines. When you go through 3 rings, then go for the 4th one, that is actually triazole. So here comes the triazole structure. And after that, when it is complete, then go for the substitutions. Put wherever there is substitution available, just draw there the bonds and put there CH3 and Cl. You will get the entire alprazolam. At the end, don't forget satisfying the valencies over here. That's it from the Dr. Yu YouTube lectures. I hope you got. If still you have confusion anywhere, drop in the comment box and do share our lectures with your friends to support Dr. Yu YouTube lectures. And what? Let's learn together and serve together.